Dave ever had the desire to head north, oh, this is the place you have to visit over the next few days. Everywhere you turn, there's a famous drum dancer or carver or athlete or artist or someone who's really trying to bolster local trade like Hal Timar. And we have Dave Hunt and we have Matthew. How do I say your last name?
Nokingak.
And that's what I thought. Exactly. And you are a drum dancer?
Yes.
And you're here.
Oh, he's more than
I'm
just
a jeweler.
that.
More.
He's a jeweler. I actually bought one of these. My wife actually bought it for me as a surprise, but he's a great jeweler as well.
Well, we should say Hal is the big talker. He's the guy who's running this conference. Yeah, no, we're happy to have you. And Dave, as we walk through and have a little bit of a look around, we're going to meet some of the people here. Tell us what to expect.
Well, we call this a cultural and economic development show. Who cares about the technical? It's a showcase of Nunavut, Labrador, and Nunatsiavut. So if you want to know anything about the regions, anything at all, if you want to know about the arts, the culture, the businesses, what the heck is going on up there, all the opportunities that are available, that's why we bring this show here, because it's a lot cheaper for everybody to come here than to come all the way up to Nunavut or Nunavik or Labrador.
And as we look around, it's so true. So many people have this on their wish list. It's a fantasy to travel north. I mean, you hear it from people all the time, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we actually have a chance for somebody to win a trip to Nunavut, actually. We have a photo contest. People have been submitting photos online through Facebook or some social media, and we have them on display, the finalists, and people come by. There'll be a ballot. They can fill it in. They vote, and the person who picks in the group of the winning photo will pick one name for a trip for two to Nunavut.
Well, we should say that it's open to the public for $15. You're still setting up. I mean, booths are just coming together, and we want to offer you a sneak peek. Thanks a lot. But you, Dave, were put together as one of the colorful characters. I asked Hal to assemble some colorful characters. Did you know that's how he describes you?
He describes me in a lot of ways, but yeah, I've been up in Labrador a long time, and this is where my home is.
Okay, what do you want people to know about your home of Labrador?
Well, Labrador is a great place to visit. Labrador is where all our Aboriginal people are, the Inuit, the Innu, the Métis, they're all up there, and of course that's why we're having this show. This is the third one we've done, 2008, 2010, 2012, and this one is overbursting. This one is broken all our records.
How many exhibitors?
This time we got about 200 exhibitors, and we have 70 artists and cultural performers. We got all kinds. It's just amazing. And like one of these guys, we got this guy who drives in his canoe. It's a handmade canoe. This is Joe Cowdy, apparently.
Hi, Joe.
Who was born on a river and something, still lives on a river, apparently. Joe.
And you built this.
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's lovely.
Well, thank you.
And where is home again? Labrador as well.
I'm sorry?
Your home is?
Oh, in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, Labrador.
Oh, grand. And the scope of who you have here, you're quite excited about. We should say the doors officially open at 1:30, and this runs through until Saturday.
Correct.
But you have lived other places.
Oh, yeah.
You have lived all over the world, or at least you've lived in Cuba, and then you've gone back north.
Well, what happened is I was Toronto, center of the universe, of course. Sorry, Ottawa. Go Leafs. Anyways, and then I went to live in the Dominican Republic for a while. Then I went to Nunavut for a while. Then I went to Cuba for a while. And now I'm back in Nunavut, and I love it up there.
Well, you know,
7 years.
Hal, I can tell you're quite the storyteller, but I'm going to move over to an official storyteller.
Probably the best.
Probably the best. Such a celebrated writer of stories and preserver of the Inuit culture. Really, really nice to meet you. This is, well, let's show off some of your titles. This is Michael and Cusack. You and I could be related almost, eh?
Yes.
Michael, what is it that you do through the stories? Tell us some of your most favorite cultural stories.
Well, I started writing books and telling stories when my boys were little, because I realized that there were hardly any stories about the north, where we come from. I grew up in Repulse Bay in Nunavut. Well, it was the Northwest Territories then. You know, we have all these wonderful stories that we were told when I was a little boy. growing up, living in igloos and traveling around by dog sled, and they're most wonderful stories, and I started to share them with my boys. And one day I wrote a story that became the book A Promise is a Promise. And
you were working with, of course, Robert Munch, who is sort of a well-known children's author as well.
Yes, yes, he's from Guelph, Ontario.
And what else is on this table? I mean, we have many of your titles, so just list some of your titles for those who would love to have their children reading your stories.
A Promise is a Promise, Baseball Bats for Christmas, Northern Lights, The Soccer Trails, Hide and Sneak, Arctic Stories, Who Wants Rocks, and The Curse of the Shaman.
Well, I'm glad that we were led to you, because you truly are one of those legendary storytellers. And when we come back after the break, we're going to share more Northern stories, some athletes. I understand the games. And we have a very famous designer who also happens to be the daughter of the Premier of Nunavut. Just a neighbor, a couple of doors down. We're going to do that. Thanks so much, Michael.
Oh, thank you very much. Welcome to Massachusetts.